Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are Future Forecasting Group. I am your host, Courtney, and tonight I am here with our awesome team of remote viewers and our amazing financial analyst, Marty Hibbs. So we are bringing you another crypto target. I will go ahead and do the target reveal because the fellas are still blind to the target. So we are looking at the SUI projected performance from September of this year out to September of 26. We're going to start tonight for this target with Derek going through your session.
Okay, let me share screen here. On energy, high volume trading, hyperactive, making a splash. Without a sound, without warning, poof, it just drops. And then hodlers, proceed with extreme caution, watch it closely, take profits when you can. It's like watching a storm brewing. And I personally would pass for now. Over the 1 month, relatively flat, obviously minor ups and downs. Over a 2 year period of time, I see it pump a little bit.
Dick, I would love to see your session.
Here's my moment of interest. As I started this out, I came to in this two buildings in a courtyard, big courtyard with a lot of trees. And let me show this. So I saw these two buildings and a green area with a lot of trees. I said, this feels like Asia. And while we were doing the introduction, I looked this up and SUI got in a Korean company, NCSoft, invested a whole bunch of money in Miston Labs, which is SUI. So that's the parent company that put a bunch of money into it. So that's interesting. All right, now to my session. And then I said, this feels like a good investment, medium cap, a lot of growth. It has functionality, not a long-term hold, but will do okay medium term. Down a little, then up in the month. And then again, a big peak in about a year. I said it's driven by algorithms, computer-generated AI. Then I said it feels like a construct totally driven, created by algorithms. Do see some potential, and I do own this. I bought this recently, a few months ago.
We had that big rise and then the drop that we saw in Derek's chart as well. So I think, we'll have to see where it all comes out after we
Yeah,
see.
I think it'll pump.
All right, Naeem, you are next on the block.
But I did see their CEO there, Evan Chang. Glasses, genius type guy, future of money. But I felt like he's somewhat irresponsible and careless or pretentious about the project. And I get this idea of some kind of legal fees or some kind of trouble surrounding him or maybe the project in general. Over the 3 months, I feel like there's going to be an energetic boost or rise within the 3 month period. Some dips, but positive. The 6 month period, I get the sense of an out of control legal battle somehow associated with this. And it does feel like there's a win or a triumph. And on the charts, it didn't really hit me as anything going like super high or crashing down super hard. It just felt very back and forth, up and down within the same range, pretty steady throughout for the month and over the 2 year period. I mean, a pretty big difference between the high and low, but it just felt like it kept bouncing back. It just feels like kind of meh, and a little bit concerning with the sense of it being a front or somewhat empty.
Edward, let's take a peek at your data.
Alrighty. But I want to know if the project is effective or does it work? And in theory, project seems to be future-based, like a use case that is still in development. There's a sense of excitement around this, though. It's likely early excitement or hopeful excitement. So I looked out spring equinox 25. There's an uplifting feel. Seems kind of positive. What about spring equinox 26? There's a sense of use case and utilization. Price-wise, I just wasn't all that enthusiastic. It just didn't really seem, I'd say it looked okay. But that was my sessione.
Daz, let's take a peek at your data.
Yes, look at this. Another dog, I guess.
Surprise.
Okay, so looking at my flow diagram for the ideograms, it's down at the moment, and it's gonna have a small rise and then down again. But there will be a peak I had there, so it's gonna have a bouncy peak, then a trail off for a while. And the team itself was massive on this one. I felt like there were 14 plus people on many different levels and teams, all about marketing, legals, coders, social and PR. The product itself, I didn't really get much on the product. I wondered if this is kind of symbolic for like money down the drain or something, because I had like the words cash drop. Hodlers sentiment, October of this year, I felt that it would be up slightly. January of 2025, I felt it'd be sideways. October 2025, I felt it would be down. I felt like it was jaggedly downwards slightly over the next 30 days. Over the next year, probably have a couple of peaks, but we're not talking big peaks here. We're talking small rises with dips in between. But in year two, I felt that in year two, that's where we would see.
Very interesting. I liked that correlation with your sort of money drop image, that all the stuff we got in Derek's session about like sort of everything just sort of falling.
I don't usually get symbolic data, but that's the only thing I could think it could be because it's not technology related in any way.
Last but certainly not least, Sean, let's see your session.
So right off the bat, I saw somebody with a pen or a stylus, and interestingly, you said that this allows users to create and do smart contracts. So I think I was queuing in on this. I got the flashy sports car ready to race, but then I got it crashing. And I think Derek had a crash in his session. So initial excitement, flashy, showing off, but losing control and ultimately crashing, leaving disappointment and loss.
Well, Marty, would you like to tell us a bit more about this target?
Yeah, I tell you what I did do is I mentioned I have it. So I ran the numbers on the analysis on this one. It's got a bit of data and I figured it'd be good to do it. And it's interesting what I got after just listening to what you guys said. Here's the chart. All I've got is one large move, potentially. When I say large, percentage-wise is not that much. We're at a $1.35. Somewhere between about $2.80 and $3, and it's somewhere near Christmas, early out to early in the new year, maybe February or March. And that's all I've got. I got nothing above that, nothing below it. I think the bottom short term right now, I think the bottom is in, and I think there's one good pump that I see in this up around that $3 level, which is about a 2x, I guess. And that's all it's giving me. But you know what? I'll be happy with that. That's all I've got. There's nothing else to say, and it does look good, look like it wants to start moving up. So I'm hoping that's a signal that the other cryptos are ready to start. Actually, the altcoins do all look to me like they bottomed, and I think we are going to hopefully see an alt season. My guess is the way it's going to work out is if we do get our pump in Bitcoin, which we're